everybody, Elirra here. So today I want to talk about the updates that happened yesterday on April 14th. So first off, let's look at this week's icon that was from Zen10. I think it's adorable. Look, we have our new cow on it. It's just so cute. All right, so let's move on next to the update log. We had a post from Wolfragan, and Wolfragan said to us that the Easter event part 2 began, that they added one new minigame, Easter matching. You find the portal in the center of the map to play this minigame to earn eggs currency. The new Easter creature, Demetyra, was added. 2 new Easter material palettes were added, Egg Yolk and Easter Bunny. The new Galaxy Gacha creature, Aesmir, was added. They fixed Aeko's Glimmer, was not showing. Alright, so next, later on that night, Wolfragan added another post, and they stated that, let's see, they fixed the consistent clicking sound when playing the game as if hearing another person in the menu. They fixed the free cam, breaking the UI, and they removed Demetyra from the Herbivore Gacha. The next thing that we saw were some spoilers for the Easter Bunny material palette, which I really love. I love the pink on it. As you all know, I'm a big fan of pink, and I love the little Easter eggs that come off of it. The next thing that we saw were the Egg Yolk palettes. So here it is. I love the force field. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of it on Aesmir, but the next thing that we saw was a spoiler of it on Kerr. I really like the way it looks on Kerr. So here it is. I really like it on Kerr. I love the way it looks on the wings and on the tail. All right, so let's move on to what everybody is waiting on this week, the new Recode update. So Arithia posted in the Discord server, and they said, this week's Recode announcement. We've been hard at work this week, working on some fun mechanics and planning on some new mechanics. 1. Volcanic eruptions, which impact flyers more severely and have improved visuals. The volcano lava filling and erupting timer will be more reasonable. The visuals for the eruption have been greatly improved. 2. A spherical minimap with images of resources. This new minimap is incredibly informative and user-friendly. 3. Map regions so the player knows which locations they are at, such as desert, mesa, pride rocks, and more. 4. Day and night identifier with the sun or moon depending on the time of day. This will help players know when they can do day or night missions or take advantage of day or night buffs. 5. Rolling anywhere will conceal scent. This is an effort to help ambush hunters conceal themselves in a more reasonable manner. Rolling in mud will still help players heal injuries faster. 6. Improved visuals for debuffs. These debuffs are far more informative to the player, letting them know in a visually appealing way what is occurring. 7. Incredibly upgraded thematic UI to improve the survival feel of the game. Thanks to Tolka for working alongside engineers to produce such amazing outcomes. What's next? What's finally last for the Recode truly isn't too much. We're currently revamping the mission system to be more meaningful and easier for the player. After missions, the last major feature we have to revamp is trading. It'll be smooth sailing out from that point. This brings the public testing date closer and closer. So the next thing that we saw here was the death score. So there's a new death score. I think it looks pretty cool. I think that it looks a lot more streamlined. The next thing that we saw were new food and water indicators. It's a quick little clip. And the next thing were buffs and debuffs. So next is a long clip of volcanic eruption. I had to take the volcano music out of this because it is copyrighted, but sit back and watch a little bit of the volcanic eruption. Okay, so that was pretty cool, guys. I really like the new Recode. I like the new updates that they're doing. So, my 2 cents. I really like what they're doing. I like the Easter event updates that they've done. Again, I do not like that there's not a boss, but I like the new creatures. I think they're adorable. I like the new whale. I like the way it looks. I love that it is all terrain. The Recode stuff, the new UI, love it. It is so much more streamlined. I think it looks better. I think it's more organized. I love the new food and water indicators, and the volcanic eruption looks so cool. Okay, so moving on to the new creatures. Let's do their showcases. Let's start with Demetyra. Demetyra is a tier 3 terrestrial herbivore. The species is available in the Easter shop for 6,750 eggs. The stored version is available in the trial creature shop for 562 shooms. The description states that these playful creatures are most commonly seen during spring and summer, since it's when they come out of their winter hibernation. Herds of them can be seen trotting through the open fields. Their trail always leaves lush vegetation behind, as Demetyras always play a key role in pollinating all sorts of ground-dwelling plants. For you role players out there, the creature behavior states that Demetyra try to be careful around smaller creatures as to not hurt them. They use their tulip-like tail to collect pollen from flowers and use it to pollinate other plants. They can commonly be seen near other herbivores as they have a beneficial relationship with them. The herbivore help protect the Demetyra, and the Demetyra help plant growth in the area. Unlike most herd animals, Demetyra don't run away from most predators and will work together to fight back and protect their young. Their diet consists mainly of nectar, fruit, and grass. Sightings of Demetyra indicate the beginning of spring. A group of Demetyra is called a bloom. The male's ears are more straight and have larger horns. Females' ears are droopy and have smaller horns. The abilities of the Demetyra are bleed defense, food restore, guilt, pack healer, and poison defense. If you do not need a description of these abilities, skip to this time. Bleed defense is a passive ability that allows creatures to resist the effect of bleed. It is percentage based. For example, if an attacker deals 5 bleed per hit and the receiver has 60% bleed defense, then the receiver gets only 2 of that 5 bleed. If a creature's bleed defense is 100%, then they're immune to bleed done by melee direct attacks once fully grown. This ability is gained gradually as the creature ages. That is, a creature with 100% bleed defense will have some fraction of the bleed defense while growing, being such fraction bigger as it grows. Food restore. Food Restore is an active ability using the ability Control that refills the appetite of nearby creatures upon activation with a 2-minute cooldown. Guilt. Guilt is a passive ability that activates when the ability user is attacked by another player, halving the damage of the attackers by 20 seconds. Pack Healer. Pack Healer is a passive pack-oriented ability. This passive ability allows the ability user to heal fellow packmates, regardless of how much health points you have. A pop-up similar to the menu cooldown will say a healer is nearby. It is because of this that creatures who have this ability are considered support creatures. Poison Defense. Poison Defense allows creatures to resist the effects of poison inflicted through bite and being bitten, as well as derived sub-ailments such as radiation and radioactive lamp, with 100% poison defense, granting immunity to poison once they reach age 100. A little trivia. The concept is by Renorays in the Creature of Sonaria Discord. It's inspired by Highland cattle, baby cows and calves, spring flowers, and the Greek goddess Demeter. It's modeled by Kai Aoi. It's rigged by Thunderboo666. For a very short time, it was once obtainable through the Herbivores Gacha before they moved it to the Easter store. So that's it for Demetyra. Let's move on to Aesmir. Aesmir is a Tier 4 all-terrain herbivore. The species is available in the Galaxy Explorer Gacha. The stored version is available in the Trial Creature Shop for 937 shooms. The description states that the Aesmir are gentle giants that live among the clouds. They have managed to capture the stars in their bellies, leading lost creatures to safety with their bright, alluring lights. Aesmir cannot be found during the day, and there are rumors that if you follow them as the sun rises, you will find paradise, safe from danger and full of food, but you will be trapped there for eternity. For you role players out there, the creature behavior states that Aesmir can sometimes be found floating belly up on the surface of the water during the day. The reason for this is unknown, but they don't seem injured, as they usually dive back down after a short period of time. During meteor showers, Aesmir have been known to gather in large groups, spinning and playing together until the event ends. Afterwards, they disperse. Aesmir seemingly disappear during red moons and solar eclipses. Aesmir can lose their stars if they stray from their group for too long, most likely owed to the stress and fear from being vulnerable. Aesmir turn red when they're upset. They are very emotional creatures and vocalize their feelings. Most of their calls are cries. Their normal calls are far too deep to be heard by most creatures. They can't actually reproduce. New Aesmir are made from the reflection of the stars on the water. The appearance states that the Aesmir, being inspired by the humpback whales, lava, stars, and the reflection in water, presents the Mysticeti Cetacean appearance with brilliant golden melted lava lamp armor-like decorations with star patterns all over its body, floating melting horns on top of their cranium, and some translucent areas. Unlike cetaceans, it presents 3 dorsal fins, each one with floating crystals, 3 pairs of pectoral flippers, and 2 pairs of near caudal flippers close to their main thrusting fin. Their maxillar, as well as some stripes, are painted on a dark, dull gray color. which contrasts the majority of their body, presenting warm and bright colors. The abilities of the Aesmir are Berserk, Bleed Defense, Keen Observer, and Poison Defense. If you do not need an explanation of these abilities, skip to this time. Berserk is an active damage boost ability using the ability control. While Berserk is active, each time a player bites the user, that player has a 10% chance of being afflicted with Wisp's Curse. When the user hits a player who has Wisp's Curse, whilst Berserk is active, the Berserk user's damage will increase by 5% per hit, capping at a maximum of 150% damage. The damage boost and increase does not apply to players unafflicted by Wisp's Curse. Both status effects last for 30 seconds. Bleed Defense. Bleed Defense is a passive ability that allows creatures to resist the effects of bleed. It is percentage based. For example, if an attacker deals 5 bleed per hit and the receiver has 60% bleed defense, then the receiver gets only 2 of that 5 bleed. If a creature's bleed defense is 100%, then they're immune to bleed done by melee direct attacks once fully grown. This ability is gained gradually as the creature ages. That is, a creature with 100% bleed defense will have some fraction of bleed defense while growing, being such fraction bigger as it grows. Keen Observer. Keen Observer is a passive ability that allows the user to see the health of nearby creatures and itself as a green HP bar over them. It also includes the ability to see the raw bleed and poison and radiation sickness, but not sickness, values on the creature, that is, unaffected by modifiers such as laying down or moving, which halves the doubles and perceived value respectively. Poison Defense. Poison Defense allows creatures to resist the effects of poison inflicted through bite and being bitten, as well as derived sub-ailments such as radiation and radioactive lamp, with 100% poison defense, granting immunity to poison once they reach age 100. A little trivia. The concept is by Hey It's Zosa in the Creatures of Sonaria Discord. It's inspired by shooting stars, galaxies, lava lamps, the reflection of stars on the water, and humpback whales. The name is inspired by Aesir. It's modeled by East and rigged by Wolfragan. Okay guys, so that's it for both of these showcases, and that's about it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and I hope that it was informative in one way or another. I hope you got the information that you needed for this week, and I hope to see you all next week. Be kind to one another. Don't forget that part. Also, I almost forgot. I want to say happy birthday to my oldest. She turns 20 today. Oh my God, guys. My oldest daughter is 20 years old today, and I'm so happy. Happy birthday, Wodo. Again, be kind to one another, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.